So we're going to start in a comfortable seat on your mat. And today we're going to start with Padma Mudra, lotus, to invoke a sense of purity but also perseverance. So when you're ready, sit up nice and tall, lengthening up through the crown of your head, and then bring your palms together at heart center. And then slowly begin to unfurl your fingers, keeping your pinky and your thumb pressed together and the base of your hands. So you're unfurling your middle fingers, reaching up through the crown of your head, feeling the energy through your fingertips as you sit here, and gently floating your eyes closed if that feels comfortable for you. And just feeling the sensation of your pinky and thumb fingers pressing in towards each other. And with this mudra, it's a friendly reminder of the natural beauty within your soul, the true self. And that brings me to our Yoga Sutra for today. Yoga Sutra 1.3, Tara Drastu Svarupe Vastanam. Then the seer, the self, abides in its own nature. You are that true seer. You are not the body nor the mind. You are the knower or seer. You always see your mind and body acting in front of you. You know that the mind creates thoughts it distinguishes and desires. The seer knows that but is not involved in it. But to understand that eternal, peaceful you, the mind must be quiet, otherwise it seems to distort the truth. If I explain this through an analogy, it will probably be easier to understand. You are the seer who wants to see itself. How? Even in the case of your physical face, if I ask if you have ever seen it, you have to say no, because it is the face that sees. The face itself is the seer or subject. What it sees in the mirror is its image, the scene or the object. If the mirror is corrugated, curved, concave, or convex, will you be able to see your true face? No. It will appear to be too awful, too big, or too high, or full of waves. Will you be worried seeing this? No. You will immediately know something is wrong with the mirror. You are seeing a distorted reflection. Only if the mirror is perfectly smooth and clean will it give you the true reflection. Only then can you see your true face as it is. And so I'd like us to sit with this idea of the self. And we can approach the self with a calm mind. It allows us to create space in order to see clearly. And through the movement or practice of yoga, it helps bring clarity to our mind and helps sort out all of the other things that might be going on inside of it. And so with this idea of clarity, I invite you to set your sankalpa, or your intention for your practice today. It can be a word or a phrase that inspires you, something like, I am connected, or I am strong, or I am confident. And if you can't think of anything, you can dedicate your practice to someone you love. And once you have this word, phrase, or dedication, go ahead and repeat it to yourself 3 times, beginning to synchronize your words with your breath. Beginning to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And when you feel ready, gently float open your eyes and release your hands. You can wiggle your fingers if you'd like to. And stay on your seat, but bring your arms out wide in a V shape. And then go ahead and turn your palms to face up. We'll do a little bit of stretching here on our glutes. So on your inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, lower your right hand down as you reach your left hand up and over towards the side. Pressing down through your left sit bones, creating a nice space in your left side body. And then on your inhale, come back through center. And exhale, lower your left hand down as you reach your right hand up and over. This time pressing your right sit bone into the mat. And then on your inhale, come back up through center. We'll do that one more time each side. Exhale, lower right hand down. Inhale, reaching your left fingertips up and over. And then inhale, come back through center. Exhale, lower your left hand down, reaching your right hand up towards the ceiling. Breathing in through your side body. And exhaling here. And then inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, lower your hands down by your sides. And then we'll do a cat-cow motion on our seat. So you can bring your hands to your knees here. And on your inhale, lift your chest forward and up as you lift your gaze towards the ceiling. And then exhale, rounding into your back as you press away from your knees, using your hands to grasp here. Inhale, come forward, reaching your chest forward, your gaze reaches up. And then exhale, rounding into your spine as you press away from your knees. One more time. Inhale, chest comes forward as your gaze reaches up. And exhale, rounding into your spine, pulling away from your knees. And then inhale, come back to center, sit up really nice and tall through the crown of your head. And then exhale, release your legs out straight. You can give them a little shake if you'd like to. And we'll move into what I like to call Marichyasana bridge, but I'll explain. So walk your right hand back behind you with your right fingertips facing away from your body. And then go ahead and bend your left knee and plant your foot on the floor. And then you can reach your left arm forward and your right leg is going to stay straight here. And then as you inhale, push through your left foot and your right hand to lift your hips gently towards the ceiling as you reach your left fingertips up and over towards the back of your mat. Take an inhale here. And exhale, slowly lower your hips, bringing your right toes back towards the ceiling. So as you come up, the side edge of your right foot is going to come down, and then your right toes are going to reach back up. So we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, press the floor away, lifting your hips, reaching your left hand. And exhale, slowly lower your hips down toward your mat. Beautiful job. One more time. Inhale, lift up. The side edge of your right foot comes down as you press your hips up and away. And then exhale, slowly come all the way down to your mat. And release the pose, straightening your left knee, giving your legs a little shake again if you need to. And then we'll go ahead and do the other side. So walk your left fingertips back in space, about 6 to 8 inches behind you. And then this time bend your right knee and plant your right foot on the floor. Inhale, reaching your right arm forward in space, and take the exhale to flex your left toes towards the ceiling. And then as you inhale, lift up through your pelvis, coming onto the side edge of your left foot, reaching over towards the back of your mat with your right hand. And exhale, slowly lower your hips, flexing your left toes back towards the ceiling. 2 more times. Inhale, press the floor away, lifting up, reaching your right hand back in space. And exhale, slowly lower down. 1 more deep breath in as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Right hand reaches back. And exhale, slowly come down, releasing the pose. Stretching your legs out straight in front of you. And we'll come into a gentle forward fold to start off. So flexing your feet towards you. Take an inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. And then exhale, slowly walk your hands forward in space, turning your palms to face up beside your shins. And just gently lengthening the crown of your head towards the ceiling. We're not going for a super deep forward fold here, just something to release the low back. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale and exhale. 1 more deep breath in and exhale. On your next inhale, turn your palms to face the floor as you lift up halfway. And then exhale, come up all the way. And then we're going to bend the knees and come over onto the side of our left hip or the right and press through your tabletop, lifting your hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And if this is your first down dog of the day, be gentle with yourself. You can bend your knees as you push the floor away, lengthening your heels down towards your mat. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Great job. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step or tiptoe your way towards your hands. Once you get there, inhale, lift up halfway. Hands can come to your shins. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up with a flat back, arms reach out wide and up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, lowering your hands down by your sides, coming into your equal standing pose, Samastitihi. And here in your standing pose, ground down into your feet, feeling both the inside and outside edges of your feet pressing down into your mat. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. We'll take 1 more round of breath here. You can close your eyes if you'd like to. And if you closed your eyes, go ahead and reopen them and lengthen your fingertips down towards the floor. We'll begin to move now. Inhale, arms reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, and step back to plank. Take an inhale in your plank, and then exhale, lower your knees towards your mat. Inhale, shifting your shoulders forward of your fingertips, and then exhaling all the way down to your belly. Keep your hands where they are at your low ribs. Let the tops of your feet go. And on your next inhale, gently lift using your back muscles, baby cobra. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, lower your forehead down towards the mat. Inhale, curling your toes, pressing up through your tabletop. And then exhale, lifting your hips, coming back to downward facing dog. We'll hold here for 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1. Inhale, pressing down through the inside arches of your hands. And exhale. 2. Inhale and exhale. 3. Inhale and exhale. 4. Inhale and exhale. 5. On your next inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step or tiptoe your way towards your hands. Inhale, lifting up halfway, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach out and up with your arms as you come up with a flat back. And exhale, lower your arms down by your sides, coming back to your Samastitihi. Grounding down through both feet. You can keep them hip distance apart if you'd like to. And we'll move on. Inhale, reach your arms out wide and up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, press your palms together as you lower over towards the left, creating a half moon shape with your body. Ground down through your feet. Inhale, come back through center. And exhale, side bend over towards the right. Grounding down through both feet. Inhale, come back through center. And exhale, lower your hands down by your sides as you step your right foot back in space, turning your toes to face away from midline, bringing your heels in. And then on your exhale, bending your knees, bringing your arms to cactus, goddess pose. Take an inhale here, lengthening through the crown of your head. And exhale, lengthening your tailbone down towards the floor. One more breath here. Inhale, press the floor away through your feet. And exhale. Inhale, press to straighten, lower your hands to your hips, and turn your toes in and out towards the right. So your right toes are facing the back of your mat, and your left toes are coming in at a 45-degree angle. And on your next inhale, reach your arms out in opposite directions, parallel with the floor. On your next inhale, shift your hips back in space as your right fingertips reach forward. We're coming into triangle pose. You can lower your right hand to your shin, or the inside of your right foot, or the outside. You can leave your left hand at your hip to start, or when you're ready, you can reach your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Think about reaching your right hip back in space as your left hip comes forward slightly. Grounding down through your right fingertips to rise up through your left, broadening in your collarbones. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Find your next inhale to reach through your left fingertips any amount more. And then exhale, lower your left hand down towards your right foot. And we're gonna come in with the back foot slightly, shortening the stance. When you're ready, taking an inhale, lengthening through the crown of your head. And exhale, reaching your right hip back in space as your left hip comes forward, grounding down into both feet. You can keep your fingertips planted on the floor, or if you have blocks, you can put them underneath your hands. Take another deep breath in, and exhale. Beautiful job. 2 more breaths. Inhale, and exhale. Lengthening through the crown of your head, creating a nice flat spine. Inhale, and exhale. And then when you're ready, bend into your right knee, coming up onto your left ball mound of your foot. And maybe you need to walk your left foot back in space and lower your left knee down. We're preparing for a low lunge. So bend into your right knee so it's above your ankle or slightly behind. And then on your next inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Coming into your low lunge. Keeping both knees at a 90-degree angle. Taking another deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Grounding down through your feet. Lifting your frontal hip points up off of your front thigh. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ears as you reach your fingertips up in space. 1 more deep breath in. And exhale. Great job. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, circle your arms around. Plant your fingertips on the floor. And then we're going to come up through high lunge and then set ourselves up for a wide leg forward fold. So this time your toes can face in towards midline slightly. And then lower your hands towards your mat as you lengthen the crown of your head towards the ground. So you really want to think about pressing into the inside and outside edges of your feet strongly. Take an inhale, lifting up halfway. Lengthen through the crown of your head. And then exhale, lower down. Reaching the crown of your head. You can bend your elbows back in space, sort of like we set up for chaturanga arms. And if your hands are not pressing down into the floor, you can come up onto your fingertips. 2 more breaths. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. 1 more deep breath in And exhale. On your next inhale, lift up halfway. Take an exhale here. And then when you're ready, bring your hands over towards your left foot as you turn your left toes to face forward. And you pop up onto the ball mound of your right foot and lower your right knee down. So we're setting up for low lunge this time on the left. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling as you press into your low lunge. Exhale, grounding down firmly into your left foot and your right knee. Think about lifting your left frontal hip point up off of your front thigh. Finding space and length all the way from your right knee through your fingertips as they reach up towards the ceiling. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, circle your arms around. Plant your fingertips on the floor. And then come up high. Coming into that forward folding shape, a little bit shorter than your triangle stance. Your hips are square over your left foot. Take an inhale, lengthening through the crown of your head as it reaches forward. And then exhale, you can come forward with the crown of your head down towards the floor. Keep a micro bend in your left knee as you ground down through both feet firmly. Take another deep breath in through your nose and exhale. Relax your shoulders away from your ears by lifting them up and back. One more deep breath in and exhale. And on your next inhale, leaving your left hand where it is, take your right hand up towards the ceiling, pressing into your triangle pose. If you need to walk your right foot back in space a little bit, that's okay. Continue to ground into your feet. You can gaze towards the floor or up towards your hands. Take 3 more breaths here as you ground down through your feet, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Ground down through your left fingertips to rise up through your right. One more round of breath. Inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, firm your navel, come up to a standing position, and then lower your hands down towards your hips as you turn your toes to face away from midline. Your heels come in, and we'll revisit goddess pose by bending into the knees. When you're ready, reach your arms out wide, bending at the elbows, coming into your cactus arms once again. You want to think about lengthening your tailbone down towards the floor as you lengthen up through the crown of your head. 2 more breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. 1 more deep breath in. And exhale, lower your hands down by your sides as you press your feet to straighten. And then step towards the top of your mat, coming back to Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms out wide and up, pressing your fingers together at the top. Take a deep breath in as you lengthen up any amount more. And then exhale, lower over towards the right. Take a deep breath in, breathing through your left side body. And exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lengthen up. And exhale, lower over towards the left. Breathing into your right side body. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach up through your fingertips. And exhale, lowering your hands down by your sides, coming back to Samasthiti. Take a moment here to ground down into your feet, lengthening your tailbone down towards the floor, rising up through the crown of your head. We'll do that same sequence, but a little bit faster this time. So on your next inhale, arms up, heart up, look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Press your palms together, take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower over towards the left. Inhale, come back towards center. Exhale, lower over towards the right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower your arms down as you step back with your right foot. Toes are wide, heels are coming in towards midline. Exhale, hands to hips as you bend into your knees. Inhale, reach your arms out wide, bending at the elbows. Goddess pose. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale, press your feet to straighten as you bring your hands to your hips, turning your toes to face in and out towards the right. So your right toes are at the back of your mat and left toes are coming in at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, reach your arms out wide. Exhale, shift your hips back in space as your right fingertips reach forward. Lower down with your right hand, taking the inhale to reach through your left fingertips. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. One more deep breath in. Exhale, gaze down towards the floor. Inhale, reach up through your left fingertips. And then exhale, lower your left hand down towards your mat. So your hands are on either side of your right foot. Bump your left foot in slightly, reaching your right hip back in space as your left hip comes forward. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale to fold. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. On your next inhale, lift up halfway. Lift up onto the ball mound of your left foot. And then exhale, lowering your left knee down towards your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, settling into your low lunge. You can press your hips a little bit more forward if you're feeling warm and open. One more deep breath in to rise up through your fingertips. Exhale, circle your arms down. Plant your fingertips on the floor. Press your right leg to straighten as you lift up out of your low lunge and come towards center line. This time turning your toes to face in towards midline, heels come out slightly. Take an inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head with a flat back. And then exhale, plant your hands on the floor, lowering the crown of your head down towards the mat. Grounding down through your feet, take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, come over towards the front of your mat, turning your left toes to face the front, coming onto the ball mound of your right foot. Exhale, lower your right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up, low lunge on the left side. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, sinking forward into your hips slightly if you want to. Taking another deep breath in. Exhale, circle your arms around. Plant your fingertips on the floor. Press up to straight legs, reaching your left hip back in space as your right hip comes forward. Both heels are on the ground. Take an inhale, lifting up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. One round of breath here. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. On your next inhale, lift up halfway. Keep your left hand where it is. You can bump your right foot back in space slightly. And then inhale, reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, coming into triangle pose on the left. Root down through your feet, through your left fingertips, reaching up through your right, broadening in your collarbones. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, gaze down towards the floor. Inhale, root down to rise up all the way to center. Hands come to your hips, turning your toes to face away from midline. And then exhale, bend into your knees. Goddess pose. Inhale, arms reach out wide, bending at the elbows for goalpost arms. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale, pressing the floor away, straightening your hands, lowering your hands to your hips, and then stepping forward towards the top of your mat. Take an inhale, reaching your arms out wide and up, pressing your palms together at the top, and then exhale, lowering over towards the right. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, lowering over towards the left. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, lower your hands down by your sides. Beautiful job. We'll move on. Inhale, arms up, heart up, look up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up, halfway lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bend into your knees, plant your hands, and step back to plank. Take an inhale in your plank, and you can lower your knees and do the modification that we did earlier, or stay in high plank. Exhale, shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, lowering down halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, curling your toes, lifting your hips, pressing back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your nose. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bend your right knee in towards your chest as your shoulders shift forward. And then when you're ready, lowering onto the inside arch of your left foot, kick your right foot out towards the side and gently reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Fall in triangle. It doesn't matter how the pose looks, just make sure that your shoulders are stacked above your wrists. Gaze down at the floor, take a deep breath in. And exhale, come back through your plank, lowering your left hand, coming back to your plank, and then exhale, lifting your hips, coming back to downward facing dog. Recentering your breath here, taking another grounding breath in through your nose, and exhaling through your nose. And then on your next inhale, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend your left knee in towards your chest, shoulders stacked above your wrists, and then lower down onto the inside arch of your right foot, kicking your left foot forward in space, and then inhale, reaching your right arm up towards the ceiling. So you're using your left foot as sort of a kickstand here, and your left shoulder is stacked above your left wrist. Take another deep breath in. And then exhale, lower your left hand down, coming back through your plank. Taking an inhale in your plank. And exhale, lifting your hips, coming back to downward facing dog. Take a moment here to lower your knees as wide as your mat. Big toe mounds come together. Lowering your hips down towards your heels. Coming into child's pose. You can give your shoulders a break here by reaching your fingers back in space. Allowing your upper arms to rest on your upper thighs. Feel a grounding sensation as you feel your forehead pressing down into your mat. Releasing any expectation that you might have and just moving through the practice, focusing on the feeling in your body, all of the physical sensations, and coming back to your breath and your intention that you set at the beginning. When you're ready, reach your hands forward in space, curl your toes, and lift your hips, coming back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. And exhale your knee in towards your chest. So we're coming into a lifted plank. Take an inhale here. And exhale, come back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, lower your right foot down. Inhale, shift your shoulders forward in space. And then exhale, come onto the side edge of your right foot. Coming into Vashisthasana or side plank pose. And if you need to, walk your left foot forward in space as you reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. If you're taking the supported side plank option, stay here. If you're in full side plank, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, walk your left toes back, pressing your hips up, coming into Wild Thing. It's not necessary, but you can try if you want to. Take an inhale, coming back to your side plank, walking your feet back towards center, and then lower your left hand down towards your mat. Come back to plank. Inhale here. And exhale, lift your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose, recentering your mind here. And exhale. Beautiful job. On your next inhale, reach your left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend your knee in towards your chest as you shift your shoulders forward above your wrists. Take an inhale here. And exhale, lift back up, three-legged dog. And then exhale, lower your left foot down. Take an inhale, shifting forward into your plank. And then finding your version of side plank Vashisthasana on the left side. You can bring your right foot forward in space, keeping your right hand at your right hip, taking a supported option. Or you can reach your right foot back in space, reaching your right arm up and over, lifting your hips for Wild Thing. Again, not necessary. You can stay in your supported side plank, pressing down through the floor. Take an inhale, coming back to your side plank. Exhale, lowering your right hand down into your plank. Take an inhale, lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog. And then exhale, lowering your knees, bringing your big toe mounds together, lowering your hips back. Child's pose once again. This time, if you'd like to, you can stack your palms one on top of another and press your forehead into the backs of your palms, giving a little bit more lift and space here for your front body. Come back to a neutral breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Taking your time to find your center breath. And focusing on the movements for the next part of class. And allowing your intention to carry you through. When you're ready, walk your hands forward in space. And then curl your toes, lifting your hips, pressing up to downward facing dog once again. Take an inhale, gaze forward towards the top of your mat, and exhale, step, walk, or hop through and come all the way to seated. We're going to extend the feet forward in space. Walk your hands behind you about 6 to 8 inches. This time your fingertips are facing forward towards your glutes. And then if you'd like, you can do a modification here by bending your knees and planting your feet on the floor. We're coming into reverse tabletop or reverse plank, Purvottanasana. So if you'd like, keep your feet planted on the floor or extend your feet forward, pointing your toes. On your next inhale, ground down through your hands and your heels to press your hips up towards the ceiling. You can keep your gaze at your big toes, or you can let your head drop back if that's comfortable for your neck. Take an inhale, pressing the floor away. Continuing to press up through your hips. Take one more round of breath here. Inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly come out of the pose, lowering your hips, shaking your legs out if you need to, and taking a moment to rest. And then when you're ready, bend your right knee in towards your chest and allow your right knee to fall over towards the side, bringing the bottom of your right foot to your left inner thigh. And then square your hips over your left foot as you flex your left toes. Take a deep breath in, rounding up through the crown of your head. And exhale, forward fold. Coming forward just enough to feel some sensation here. Grounding down into both sit bones. Take an inhale to lift up halfway, lengthening through the crown of your head. And exhale, forward fold. Letting the crown of your head reach towards your toes. Feeling both of your sit bones pressing down into your mat. Breathing into your right hip or your right side body, or it might even be your entire low back. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. 1 more deep breath in and exhale. And then on your next inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhale, coming up all the way, releasing your right leg forward, shaking both of your legs out for just a moment. And then we'll prepare for the other side. So bend your left knee in towards your chest and lower your left knee over towards the side wall, bringing the bottom end of your left foot this time towards your right inner thigh. Inhale, square your hips so they're facing forward towards your right foot. And exhale, slowly come forward in space. Take an inhale to lift up halfway, lengthening through the crown of your head. And exhale, reaching forward with your hands, reaching through the crown of your head towards your right toes. Feeling both sit bones pressing down into your mat. Two more rounds of breath. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. One more deep breath in and exhale. Wonderful job. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, releasing the pose, straightening your left leg, shaking your legs out if you need to. And then when you're ready, I'm going to face you, but you can continue facing the top of your mat. We're going to come into a wide leg forward fold, but seated. And so you want to be as comfortable as you can sitting upright, so your legs don't have to be as wide as they possibly can go. You just want to go wide enough to where you can keep your toes flexed towards the ceiling. And then on your inhale, reach your palms forward in space, reaching through the crown of your head. And then exhale, gently walk yourself forward in space. If you have room, you can lower down onto your forearms. And if you're feeling really flexible, you can bring your palms to stack on top of one another and lower your forehead to the backs of your palms. If you're staying on your forearms, just take a moment to inhale, lengthening through the crown of your head, and exhale, settling into the pose. Keeping your toes flexed towards the ceiling. A slight activation remains in your legs. And let your entire upper body relax here. Continuing to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. 3 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. 1 more deep breath in and exhale. Beautiful job. On your next inhale, come up halfway, finding length through the crown of your head. And then exhale, come up to center and allowing your hands to help bring your knees together. And then when you're ready, bringing your sit bones forward towards the front of your mat, keeping your hands where they are, gently lower down 1 vertebrae at a time until you come all the way down to your back. And then walk your heels in towards your glutes, keeping your feet about hip distance apart or slightly wider. And we're coming into bridge pose, so if you want to take a more restorative bridge today and you have some blocks next to you, you can lift your hips and place your block with the flat part on your sacrum, the flat part of your spine. And if you don't want to do the restorative version, we're going to do 3 rounds of bridge together. So when you're ready, planting your hands down by your hips, take a moment to press down through your feet. And then on your next inhale, press down so much so that you lift your hips up off the floor. Releasing your glutes here. You can keep your palms pressing down into the floor or interlace your fingers underneath you, coming onto the side edges of your arms. Take the next inhale to press down through your feet and your shoulders to lift your belly button up towards the ceiling. Finding 3 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. That's 1. Inhale, really fill up your lungs through the front body. And exhale. 1 more deep breath in, press down through your feet. And then as you exhale, release your hands, lowering your hips 1 vertebrae at a time. Letting your knees knock in towards each other, bringing your palms to your belly. Gently floating your eyes closed as we take a break in between rounds. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then when you're ready, replace your knees directly over your ankles and bring your hands down by your sides. And we'll prepare for bridge pose round 2. So on your inhale, ground down into your feet, into your arms as you lift your hips up towards the ceiling. If you'd like, interlace your fingers coming onto the side edges of your arms. Take another deep breath in as you ground down through your feet, pressing through your arms and your shoulders. And exhale. Can you release your glute muscles here, but bring your navel in towards your spine? Inhale. And exhale. 3 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1. Inhale. And exhale. 2. 1 more deep breath in, lifting your hips up any amount more. And exhale, releasing your hands, slowly lowering down 1 vertebrae at a time. Inviting your knees to knock in towards each other. Your hands can rest on your belly once more. Finding a grounding breath, breathing in and breathing out. And we'll prepare for the final round of bridge. So when you're ready, bring your knees back to center, bringing your heels back in towards your glutes any amount more as you ground your palms and your arms down into the floor. Take a deep breath in, grounding down through your feet to rise up through your hips. And interlacing your fingers underneath you, coming onto the side edges of your arms. Take the next inhale to press the floor away, lifting your hips, lifting your belly button, and lifting your chest. Inhale. And exhale. Doing your best to bring your navel in towards your spine, releasing your glutes. 3 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1. Inhale. And exhale. 2. 1 more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Release the pose. Slowly lowering down, letting your knees knock in towards each other. Palms can rest on your belly. Take a moment here, finding another breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And then when you're ready, hugging your knees in towards your chest, you can give a gentle rock from side to side. And then coming back to center, we'll find supine twist. So keep your right knee hugged in as you release your left foot out along your mat. And then bring the left palm to the outside of your right knee as you place your right hand down towards the floor, coming straight out from your shoulder, or you can bend your elbow, coming into goalpost arms once again. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, take your right knee over towards the left, inviting gravity to take it closer to the floor. If you'd like to deepen the twist, you can gaze over towards your right shoulder and gently float your eyes closed. Doing your best to ground down through your shoulder blades. Continuing to breathe in and out through your nose. Releasing any tension that you might be feeling in your low back. And just allowing gravity to do what it needs to do with your right knee. Two more rounds of breath. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, gaze towards center as you hug your right knee back in. And then as you exhale, let your left knee meet your right, and you can give yourself a gentle rock from side to side once again. And when you've had enough, coming back to center, keeping your left knee hugged in, right leg extends along your mat. And then allow your left hand to come down towards the floor directly from your shoulder, or you can bend your left elbow. And then reach your right palm to the outside of your left knee. Take an inhale here. And exhale, cross your left knee over towards your right as you gaze over towards your left. Entering the supine twist on the left side. Doing your best to ground down through both shoulder blades, but releasing the expectation if they just won't get there. And then allowing your eyelids to gently float closed. Releasing any tension that you might be holding in your left low back or your left hip. And finding a moment of peace here. Taking two more breaths. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. One more deep breath in. And exhale. And then on your next inhale, bring your left knee back to center. And allowing your right knee to meet your left. Give one more gentle rock from side to side. And then come back to center, and we'll find happy baby. Flex your feet up towards the ceiling as if you could plant them on the top of your room. And then you can bring your hands to the inside of your legs, reaching towards the outside of your feet to press down. Or you can simply reach your hands to the outside of your feet. Whichever version is more comfortable for you. And then take a deep breath in. And exhale, feeling your entire back body settle down into your mat, encouraging your knees to come down towards the floor. If you'd like, you can rock from side to side, giving more of a massage into your spinal muscles. Or you can stay at center and think about lengthening your tailbone down towards the floor and noticing how that changes the stretch here. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Gently resist your hands with your feet. Take one more round of breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling. And then when you're ready, releasing the pose, hugging your knees in towards your chest, so much so that your forehead lifts towards your knees. Get into a really tight ball. And then exhale, release everything down towards the floor. You can send your hands up overhead, getting a really nice long stretch throughout your entire body. And then as you exhale, let your feet flop out to the sides, mat distance apart or slightly wider. Turn your palms to face up towards the ceiling. And allow your entire back body to settle down into your mat. Allowing your eyelids to float closed. Release the control of your breath now, just letting it come naturally in and out through your nose. And then do a quick body scan all the way from your toes up through the crown of your head, releasing any last tension that might be remaining throughout your entire body. And finally, bringing your attention to the space in between your eyebrows. And as you exhale, releasing any tension there. Allowing your entire body to rest now and soaking up all the good things you just did. Begin to take a slightly deeper breath. And wiggle your fingers and your toes. Begin to circle your ankles and your wrists. And find any other movement that feels right for you in the last few moments that you spend on your back. And when you feel ready, gently press yourself over onto your right side, allowing your head to be supported with your right palm. Just allow your entire body to melt back into the floor, and feeling a sense of groundedness remain. And with your eyes still closed, with as little effort as possible, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position on your mat. And meet me here with your palms together at heart center. And bow your head slightly to keep your practice humble. In the same way, the seer or true you reflects in the mind, which is your mirror. Normally, you can't see the true self because your mind is colored. If the mind is dirty, you say, I am dirty. If it's all polished and shining, I am beautiful. That means you think you are your reflection in the mind. If the mind has a lot of waves like the surface of a lake, you will be seeing a distorted reflection. If the water of the mental lake is muddy or colored, you see yourself as muddy or colored. To see the true reflection, see that the water is clean and calm and without any ripples. When the mind ceases to create thought forms, or when the chitta is completely free from vrittis, it becomes as clear as a still lake and you see your true self. Hearing this analogy, you might turn around and ask me, does that mean the seer misunderstands itself or has forgotten itself? The answer is no. The seer can never misunderstand nor forget itself. But we are talking on the level of reflection. The reflection is distorted, so the seer appears to be distorted. The true you is always the same, but you appear to be distorted or mixed up with the mind. By making the mind clean and pure, you feel you have gone back, or you appear to have gone back to your original state. I invite you back to the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. And repeat it to yourself one last time. And allow this intention to remain in your thoughts for the rest of the evening and carry you on through the rest of your week, whichever day it is for you. I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice. It is truly an honor to share this space with you. I hope it helps. Namaste.